3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today we are going to do paint protection film on a new Subaru Crosstrek. Yeah, that's right, a nice Crosstrek. This vehicle is a 2025 and I definitely want to keep it looking good as new. So here are the instructions. The top portion just shows you the pattern cutout and the bottom portion shows you where the relief cuts are and the order of operations for securing it on the hood. So we need our slip gel and our tack solution. Also, I have some fallout remover and some concentrated pre-detail wash. The fallout remover is going to get rid of any iron particles, and this strip down solution is going to make sure that I have no old wax, oil buildup, road grime, anything like that. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention was I found this vehicle difficult. I'm gonna throw up a video there, you can see in the corner. That is a Tesla I'm doing, and a Tesla is supposed to be harder. For the Tesla, I ordered Expel. They offered pre-cut kits, and I didn't find it super difficult. For this Subaru, I did find it much harder, and I think it's because I'm trying 3M with this, and that's because for Expel, I couldn't find their pre-cut kits anymore. Okay, so onto my toolbox. What do you need here? You need definitely a few squeegees. You can see there's a durometer scale. There was a 70, an 80, and a 90. You need a few picks. I can put up links for that, no problem. A couple razor blades doesn't hurt, but overall, you really don't need a whole lot of stuff. So now what we're doing is we're just spraying the gel on. And then we're gonna install the film on the fender first. And the reason we're doing that is, you know what, this is a small area, so it's really easy to do. And if you haven't done paint protection film before, I highly advise starting with an easy piece first. And this is so you can get the hang of it, how the squeegee actually feels, how the paint protection can move if you're using gel or slip solution. And here you go, you can see I'm repositioning it, and it's really not a big deal. I just pulled it back. I'm gonna respray it with some gel. I'm gonna put it back down, and then I'm gonna re-squeegee it. So I advise starting with a small piece first, especially if you've never done it before. And this way it just lets you get comfortable with the product. Why start on the hardest piece first? Unless you're one of those people that just wanna get it over with like a Band-Aid and just rip it off and just get right into it. But I advise starting with an easy piece first. And here you can see this piece turned out just nicely. We're using the different squeegees on it. There's no bubbles. And what I'm doing right here is I'm using a little bit of heat and one of my tools, and this is to sort of wrap it between the bumper and the gap in the fender. So this way we get a really nice finish. All right, so now onto the hood. So this is the hard part. So I advise having an assistant if you can. You can do it on your own, but it's a lot easier to have an assistant just so you can lay it out. There you can see lots of gel. You definitely want to be liberal with the product and just put it everywhere. Don't be afraid to keep repositioning it and moving it. Obviously, one of the things I should say, and there you can see we're consulting, but is don't do it in the sunlight. If it is really sunny outside and hot, don't do it. We are on a very cool day and it is overcast. If you don't have a cool and overcast day and it's hot out, then I highly suggest that you do it in the garage or somewhere, you know, where it's shaded, because the sun is just gonna make the solution evaporate really quick, and what's gonna happen is you're just gonna have an awful job. And you can see here, we're just spraying a lot of solution on at first because it's really, really important to line it up. So here are the instructions. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and what that refers to, which corners of the hood we should be working on when we are tacking down and stretching the clear bra into place. Now keep in mind, you don't have to listen to the instructions, but following the instructions usually yields an adequate result. Now, if you have a trick, please share it in the comments below, or if you have something different or some other way, I'd be interested. So once again, share it. So let's take a look at our progress and see where we are with this paint protection film. There you can see there's a cutout I showed you earlier. We lined that up, nice. That looks good. We do have some fingers, but overall, I would say it looks pretty good. Now, on the driver's side, I did have an issue. I had a lot of fingers, and you can see here, there just seems to be a lot, and I was stretching it different ways. I was pulling it, but you know what? There is the relief, and what I probably should have did on this side was just stretched it a little bit more, and that probably would have alleviated those fingers. But I just kept working them, and my tip of the day, if you're getting tired because you only got one squeegee, well, get another hand in there and use 2 squeegees. By doing this, I was able to get all the fingers out. I did have my doubts in the beginning, but they all came out. So that was nice, and it goes to show you what you can do with paint protection film by working it. Now here is just a pan around, and that shows you the overhang of the paint protection film over the hood. So this is the part here that we're gonna have to wrap. So you can see here, I'm pushing it, and there's the gel coming out because there's still gel underneath it. So I'm gonna have to work around the complete hood doing this with my fingers. Now, another tip, once you're at this stage, you can see I'm spraying it. Now, I'm not using gel anymore. At this stage of the game, I'm spraying tack solution, and you can see it's much more like water. It's not like the gel, which was thick. And the reason you want to use tack solution is there's no more stretching at this point. Once you're here, you just want to wrap it around the hood edges and pull it tight. So there's no need to use gel or slip for me. Anyway, it's tack solution, and then if the tack solution doesn't even want to hold fully, then what you're going to have to do is wrap it with your fingers and use a little bit of heat. And you can do that by just using a heat gun, but be very, very careful and use bare hands. So, you know, if you're burning your fingers, it's obviously going to burn the paint. It's too hot. That's one of the tricks that I use. I make sure that I'm using bare hands when I'm doing that. But as you can see, I'm winning here, and it actually looks pretty decent. Here's an undershot here of the hood. I think it looks really good, and the best part is I saved myself a ton of cash by doing this myself because it's costly to pay someone else, plus I have the satisfaction now of knowing that I did the job, so makes me have that warm and fuzzy feeling inside. You just have to take your time, and like any type of body work or paint work, prep is everything. So make sure you do good prep work. You can see here, I think it looks fantastic. I'll show you a final shot of the hood there. No issues for me at all. I'll leave it on a closing note here. If you do have the odd bubble here or there, don't pop them right away. Many times they just go away on their own, and if it doesn't after a few weeks, you can pop it. Anyway, that's it for the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. GarageKing over and out.